morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning on this 09 point, excuse me, 09.13.2023. Current time is 05:44 a.m. Eastern Time here in Upstate New York, the southern tier of Upstate New York, where I live and reside. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on the Twitch. Fireman Rich over there on Truth Social, Instagram Threads, and X, formerly known as Twitter, where I just posted that we have gone live here on the Twitch. Good Wednesday morning to you all, and we're getting our day started here. Hump day, halfway through the week and working towards the weekend. We got the windows open as far as that goes. Yeah, they're up. Okay. It's a little cool this morning. We're getting. Hopefully, we have a better start this morning than we did Monday. Monday, we had some interruptions and stuff, but it looks like the stream is doing all right. What's this? View details in Twitch Inspector. I never seen that. What the heck is that over here? What the heck is that? Let's see what that is. What's Twitch Inspector? Log with Inspector analyzes and assists in the troubleshooting of internet connections and coder related. Oh, we'll have to keep that up there. I'll have to check that out. Okay. But we're running Twitch is saying we're excellent. Hey, Tony D, salute to you, sir. Hashtag positive start to the day. Hashtag good morning. The missus is getting up, I think, here in a little bit. And I saw that last night. I was asleep on the couch when you and Ted went up last night. You broadcast for a little bit there on Beltway Fantasy Football. And Ted had an interview there with Late Night Parenting. And I saw that you were back on days, so you're getting ready for the day shift here. That's good. Good to hear that. And it was good to see you last night. I guess when I woke up from the couch, I was watching Ancient Aliens last night on History Channel. I fell asleep. The missus, usually when I have that on and she's going to bed, she says, okay, you're getting your good night stories. It seems like every time I go out, it's when I lay out on the couch, I'm out. Probably the first commercial or something like that, and I took a nap yesterday too, but when I was shutting everything down here at the computer desk, I watched yours and Ted's on the replay and saw that. That's usually how it goes. I just sort of kick back, relax. Okay, some of the subject matter I'm fascinated. Some of the stuff is like, I don't know. I'll wait and see, I guess, on the outcome of certain things and stuff like that. But it puts me to sleep, I guess. It's not the show; it's the commercials. Because I don't fixate on commercials and stuff. They sort of, so you're laying down and you're just sort of like, okay, I'm not looking at anything, and then you're thinking about something. You're asleep. So I woke up an hour later, and it's about 11. I think about 11, a little after 11 last night, and then I saw that you guys were up, so I watched, and because I took an evening nap, so I might as well take advantage of it, right? But we're up early this morning, off and started. But that's good to hear that you're on the day shift now and stuff like that, and I'm glad that you're here because I got the results of our first week, and hey, how about those Jets? Pulled out a win, but it was at a cost. I'm sure we'll be talking about that on Tony D for the folks that are in watching this on the replay. He is a brother veteran, a good friend here online, and a fellow broadcaster that does he just started back up doing the Sunday morning Belt King Fantasy Football, where we talk about football. He invites me up, which I greatly appreciate. There's Tony D's X/Twitter handle at TonyTone163. Check him out. And then, like I said, I mentioned Ted, so let me get Ted's up here. Ted Hicks of Late Night Parenting. Check him out as well. He's a great guy. Both great guys. fellow New Yorkers, and we have a lot of fun when we. I know I have a lot of fun when I'm on Tony's broadcast, and then yeah, man, okay, yeah, the Jets, but it was a cost. It's going to be interesting that. As far as that goes, it just didn't look good, and I don't know. It just doesn't take that much. But then again, when you look at the replay, he really ratcheted that ankle for that Achilles. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Currently here in the southern tier of upstate New York, we have what is it? 64 degrees Fahrenheit, which equates to 17 degrees Celsius. 17, 18 degrees Celsius centigrade, and we did get some overnight rain, I believe. At least that's what I saw on the charts last night. But we got cloudy skies this morning, or early, then partly cloudy this afternoon. Slight chance of rain showers, high 71, winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour, which is hopefully it'll dry everything out, because today is Wednesday. Today is mow the lawn days. I got to go get some gas at the gas station. It's $4 a gallon now. We're up to $4 a gallon. Well, the one gas station is about 378, I think, or 379. But I was it Monday when I was driving to go to my dental appointment. So I've passed a couple of gas stations the next town over, and it's $4. $4. It's like, I know it's more than that at other places, but it shouldn't be that high. It should be down below $3 a gallon as far as that goes. But let's see, sun will be rising this morning at 0644, which is in another hour and another let's see, that's 30, 40, maybe 50 minutes. Another 50 minutes it'll be rising at 6:44 a.m. and setting later today at 7:21 p.m. We do have a thought for the day. Our thought for the day is I like to do on a daily basis. I post this up on all those fine social media networks, platforms, as far as that goes. And this one is from someone that really knows how to. You don't want to mess with this guy. Well, he's no longer with us, but when he was around, he was a badass, and that was Bruce Lee. He was the real deal. Bruce Lee was an American martial artist and actor, and whose career spanned from Hong Kong and then here in the United States. He was the founder of the Jeet Kune Do, a hybrid martial arts philosophy drawing from different combat disciplines that often credited with paving the way for modern mixed martial arts. And some of his movies, him and Wilt Chamberlain, when they were together, I guess Wilt Chamberlain was a bad guy, and they were doing that. And Wilt Chamberlain's a real tall guy, and Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee brought a little bit of entertainment and funniness to his movies. His quote and our thought for the day goes as follows: balance your thoughts with actions. If you spend too much time thinking about a thing, you'll never get it done. And I got maybe one thing on that doing right now. That's a good thing. You can't dwell on it. Go ahead and you know what you got to do it. Balance. You got to be on an even keel. You got to be even. You can't be lopsided. You got to be on an even keel when you're going forward in this thing that we call life on this blue marble. Balance your thoughts with action. Don't just sit idly by. If you spend too much time thinking about a thing, you're going to be wasting time after if you're thinking too much about it. You'll never get it done, or else it'll be too late. You know, it's just like, or whatever. So a very good quote from Bruce Lee. Let's see, do you go in this morning, Tony? Are you getting ready for the day job, or are you already in there? Because I know if you're in, you go in early. You go in at like 4 o'clock. So are you already in on the day job? if you're still there. Let's see our national days. Let's see, we have National Bald is Beautiful Day. Okay, yeah, we'll give the people that bald. Day of the Programmer. Yeah, okay. I have a sister that I think no, she was a programmer. No, she dealt with those big mainframes, so she did some type of programming. Uncle Sam's Day. That's interesting. I'm gonna go with this one though. National Peanut Butter Day. I like peanut butter. I like peanuts. I like nuts. Peanut butter. And seeing that it's National Peanut Butter Day, I know what I'm having for breakfast. Peanut butter toast. Let's see, on September 13th, National Peanut Butter Day pays homage to the mighty and tasty peanut. Hashtag National Peanut Day. Heading in now. Okay, you're heading into the day job now? Okay. All right, you got to stop and get that morning breakfast there too, right? Likely originated in South America around 3,500 years ago. This legume is not a nut. The peanut is not a nut, even though we think it is. They grow underground like potatoes because a nut is out in a tree. You pick it and stuff like that. But I still consider it a nut. Since they are edible seed that forms a pod, they belong to the family of peas and beans. When it comes to plant packing protein power, peanuts provide a whopping 8 grams per ounce, more than any other nut, according to the Peanut Institute. And remember, it's not a nut. Nuts grow on trees. The peanut grows underground. So it's like a potato. So that's interesting. It has the shell, but once the shell, once it's out of the ground, we think of it as nut. But I'm gonna have some peanut butter and toast, I think, today. Maybe with a bowl of cereal, I guess. We did have the Fireman Rich audio podcast yesterday, and had a good subject I talked about, just to re-highlight it, and that was about. And I've talked about this organization, company, and there's other companies that are doing the same thing, and that's to take care of that big plastic patch island that's out in the middle of the Pacific. But they have the capability now with the upgraded of technologies that Ocean Cleanup launched. The company Ocean Cleanup. That's the company. The company that took the plastic, and you saw in the commercial they made sunglasses and the wristbands. They've stepped it up. They stepped up their game. They're launching a huge system in the Pacific garbage patch to clean up a football field size area every 5 seconds. And they go they put these they got this net that's really a couple miles around, and they got some ships, and they're able to, the net goes down something like 8-10 feet to capture, because that's where the plastic sort of buoyancy is down. It's not all on top, even though there is a crap load as far as that goes. And there's System 3, and they have a floating barrier that's 1.4 miles long, and it's towed between 2 slow-moving vessels. But then they have a ship in there that just gobbles up all that plastic and stuff, which is a nasty thing. So that was a good broadcast, or a good audio podcast yesterday. Let's see, is this going to click in here? A little problem with this one. Let's see, the broadcast. We're doing good on broadcast. Coffee's tasting good. So you're going to be getting back to a regular schedule then, Tony. That's good. That's good. Let's see, we'll just go with the AP history. History of the day, AP history. We're moving quickly now. It's 7. Okay, I gotta slow it down a little bit. And I'm just on my first cup of coffee. I guess I'm just, let's see, the OBS. I love using OBS. OBS works great for me with this the newer computer that I got almost 5 months ago. Let's see, 5 months. Today's the 13th, isn't it? 5 months ago today was my last day of work. So I've been retired for 5 months now. Wow, where'd the 5 months go? That just hit me. as a talking about the computer, because the computer was a combination retirement and birthday present, because it was pretty pricey. So, but the missus said no problem, go ahead and get it now. So you're not going to get it once you're retired. It's like gotta watch our pennies, I guess. Which is doing good. Which the 5 months, that's the one concern I had, is how much, and anybody's going to be worried about that. How are you going to do financially? We're doing okay. We're doing, I'm surprised. It's just like, it's only been 5 months. We've had a couple burps as far as issues that we've taken care of. And so we're not rich, we're not poor, but we're right there to where we're able to get things done. Oh, I know why we're going so fast. We got to back up. The world times and temperatures before we get to the history. That's what I forgot. That's why we're moving so quickly. But 5 months been retired, and it's been great. I have no quorums. I know there's been one comment, actually several comments. That I've gone off the deep end because I can't handle retirement. Believe me, I'm handling retirement very, very well, and I am enjoying myself each and every day, even with the little issues that pop up and stuff like that. I mean, to wake up and be. A matter of fact, yesterday when I was checking on I was checking in at the before we get to the world times and temperatures. The contractor that's going to be doing our kitchen floor, which the new flooring has been ordered, and so I could have gave him a phone call or typed an email. I went in there and talked to the owner here in Owego, New York, and as I got finished and I was coming out, we had a good talk, talk about because they did work at where I worked before, and I knew I was very familiar with their workers as far as that goes, putting in flooring and carpeting and tile and stuff like that. I wish I had a nickel for every square foot they put in where I worked at. I wouldn't need a 401k. I'd have double that. But as I was coming out, there was across the street in Owego, the post office there. There was a gentleman. I said, "Wait a minute, I know that. That's Mark." I go, "Hey, Mark," and he looks. I say, "Hey." He had retired a year before. So I crossed the street, we shook hands, and we was talking there for a little bit, about maybe 15 minutes almost. We could have talked there for 30 minutes longer, but and I asked him how he was doing his retirement, and I told him I was. And he said, "Oh, great, just retired, just be 5 months." And stuff like that. So it's enjoyable that I'm out, just being able. This was Monday that this took place, because I was coming back from the dentist, and I said, well, let me stop into the thing, because we haven't heard from the contractor that's doing the kitchen floor. And the guy that we were dealing with, he was up in Albany, citing a job or something like that. But I was talking to the owner. The owner was there. As soon as I walked in, I knew who he was. Because I've crossed paths with him where I worked before and stuff like that, and but it was good seeing Mark, and he's doing good on retirement. He's been retired a year. He says he's doing great, and I said I'm doing fantastic, and I'm getting over that hurdle of if I have to go back to work, I guess I've thought about it, not going back, but if I had to go, I could do that, but I don't have to. And that's the thing. Every time I think of it, I say, you don't have to. It's like, I know I don't have to. There's other things to do. But I'm just saying, if I ever get into that financial pitch, I can go back. But the thing about being retired at 65, I got to be careful of how many hours I work up until I'm 67. I guess Social Security has some. And I went 65 primarily because we had just a backstory for those people watching on YouTube and Rumble and YouTube on the replay. We had a family member, a member of the family. My sister-in-law's husband passed away about 2 years ago, and that's when I got thinking about it. As far as, because I was going to retire, wait till I was 67, and then thinking about it, the difference between 65 and 67, as far as Social Security, it's only a couple $100. And you say, well, that's a lot of money, Rich, when you look at it at the long haul. No, when you do the math, the long haul, the little things that you do over that you save by not continuing going to work more than compensates that. Like I don't have to pay for gas now. I think instead of every 2 weeks, I think I'm gassing up once a month. That's a savings right there in itself. Okay, and there's other things as far as I'm not spending a whole bunch of money in the vending machine for coffee and snacks and stuff like that. So and that's the difference. Now 62 to 65, there's a difference there because the missus wanted me to retire at 60. I said no, if I have anything, I'm going to at least get to 65. But my full retirement was because of when I was born is at 67. But I made the decision. I don't have no regrets because I'm not missing that. I don't even think about that. It's sort of an afterthought. Really, does it really matter? Because I'm looking at what I save, and what I'm saving by not working more than compensates for that extra $200. Believe me, it would have been a different story at 62. I mean that's over $500 right there and stuff like that. I think it was $500-600. So that's just a little insight on the retirement there and stuff like that. You can retire at 62. But if you retire and you go on, you're going to have to pay for your Medicare or Medicaid until you're 65. Hey, Ted, good morning. Good morning. And are you up? Tony and Ted says good morning. Good morning. She's still waking up. She's got to get her coffee. So a little insight. What's that? Oh, that's right. You're just waking up, right? Oh, he's all right. Well, they were fed here about almost an hour ago, I guess. Okay. Okay, she's feeding the cat, and Kelvin's getting a shot. So just a little insight on the retirement there and stuff like that, which, I'll say that I'm doing these monthly anniversaries, 5 months now. And I guess once you get your first year, then I'll go yearly, I guess, or maybe my first 6 months and stuff. But things are going great. I can't. I mean, it's fantastic. I think I know that it was the right decision. And let's see. I think about retirement every day. You'll get there, Ted. Believe me. Just enjoy what you're doing now, because there is a transition to where it's like. And for me, it was good. I loved where I worked the last 17 years. It was, my career was in the Air Force, but if I would have worked there long, I mean, that was a career in itself too, where I worked at. I can't really go into details. I don't want to go into details on specifics on where I worked and stuff like that. But if we're sitting down for a beer, I got some more stories for you. It's pretty interesting. Let's just say 17 years there, I got up into the position where I could go wherever I wanted to because I was a trusted agent as far as that goes. And some real interesting stuff where, and that's why if you're working and it's interesting and the bottom line is you got to work to make the money. To make the money to take care of the family. Priority, one is taking care of the family and all that and stuff, and then, but you get yourself in a position to where I was in that position, and I sort of pushed the button and bailed out and said, hey, I'm retired now, fully retired. When I got out of the service, oh, you're retired? No, I just transitioned out. I'm not retired. I don't, even though the term retired military, okay, I could. But I transitioned out, but I'm fully retired now. Our world times and temperatures. Let's get back on track here. In Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:08 a.m. It is partly cloudy, partly clear, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona at 3:08 a.m. Partly cloudy, partly clear. It just changed to clear. Oh, well, that's switch. It just 77 degrees Fahrenheit, 3:08 a.m. in Phoenix. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, 4:08 a.m. Cloudy skies, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. The windy city of Chicago, Illinois, is 5:09 a.m. 55 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. New York City, the jungle, and that's where Ted Hicks is heading to. as far as he's out there on Long Island, where it's still raining in New York City. Ted, that's what I got. Rain, 73 degrees Fahrenheit there in New York City with rain. Across the pond, the Atlantic, 1109. Cork, Ireland, it's cloudy with 59 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italy, at 12:09 p.m. Cloudy skies, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. In New Delhi, India, at 3:39 p.m. Cloudy skies, 91 degrees Fahrenheit. In Mumbai, India, we have partly cloudy. What do we have here? Okay, partly cloudy and partly clear in Mumbai at 3:40 p.m. 86 degrees Fahrenheit. In Kuala Lumpur, of course, Kuala Lumpur, it's always, for the most part, it's sunny and clear. 6:10 p.m. right now, early evening, going into the early evening. 91 degrees Fahrenheit. In Tokyo, Japan, 7:10 p.m. in the evening in Tokyo. Clear skies, 84 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Melbourne, Australia, at 8:10 p.m., 61 degrees with partly cloudy, partly clear. And Sydney, Australia, at 8:10 p.m. also, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Clear skies in Sydney, Australia. And those are our world times and temperatures as we speak. Okay, I'm getting to the history here. 1788, the Congress of the Confederation authorized the first national election and declared New York City a temporary national capital. That was the first capital of the United States, was in New York City. In 1803, Commodore John Berry, considered by many the father of the American Navy, passed away in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. In 1814, during the War of 1812, 2 years later, British naval forces began bombarding Fort McHenry in Baltimore, but were driven back by American defenders in the battle that lasted until the following morning, and that was where our national anthem, the birthplace of our national anthem. Let's see. What else we got? That's pretty much it. And that's pretty much it. All that stuff is not really, it's history, but it's stuff I don't really, yeah, it's history. It's not interesting. It's not that interesting to. Let's see. We had some baseball last night. We had the Yankees and Red Sox are playing, and I could have watched some of that game last night, but I didn't. But the let's see, where is it here? What did we have yesterday? Monday night. I think the Yankees and Yankees and Mets were off Monday. No, Mets lost Monday night to the Diamondbacks, but I think they won last night. Yankees beat the Red Sox 3-2, and the Mets beat the Diamondbacks 7-4 last night. And there was a doubleheader, so because there was a rain, I guess the game Monday got rained out. Did it get rained out? Yeah, okay. It got rained out Monday, so they're getting some rain down there in the city and out Ted Hicks's way out in Long Island. Yankees won the first game 3-2 in the afternoon, and then last night they beat the Red Sox 4-1. So go Yankees, go! Beat those Red Sox. And the Mets won last night. And let's see, today the Mets continue and play the Diamondbacks down there in New York City at 7:10, and the Yankees are up there in Boston, hopefully beating up on those Boston Red Sox. Canadian Football League, just to go over it, you know, it brought me through between XFL, USFL into the NFL, so I'm gonna still give the scores. The Alouettes Montreal team. Oh, they play again. They played Monday. Now they're playing again Friday. Okay, they're in week 15. So this Friday, I'll be talking about this on the Friday broadcast, I guess. The Argonauts will play the Alouettes in Montreal. Okay, just switch places. Elks on Friday play the Rough Riders also. And then Saturday, Blue Bombers and Tiger Cats, and then the Redbacks and Lions. And they're in week 15 of 21. And the standings are the Argonauts, the Toronto team. That's the team I'm riding. They're well in first place, 10-1. The next team is 4 games back. And then the Blue Bombers, they're running away. They're 2 games ahead of the Lions in those 2 respective divisions. Now the big news here, the NFL. It started. We got the first week under our belt. We did have we have some picks. I didn't see Tim Fan 40 here because he had some picks, but there's Tim Fan just in time. Tim is here, Ted is here, and Tony is here. So you guys will be interested in here. Here's our first week, the picks. There's the results, folks, right there. There is the results as far as that goes. And you can see that, let me see, let me get this on a, what happened there? What happened? Well, hang on for a minute. Let me bring that back up. There we go. I'm sorry. There we go. Ted saying, hey, okay, Ted's still here. You can see that I went 7-9. Tony went 9-7. Ted went 9-7. They were at the top. Brian went 6-10 for this week. Tim went 7-9, and CBS was 50-50. They went 8-8. So I was looking at this Monday, and I put this together yesterday and finished it up. Yeah, not bad. This is the first week. It was, we're sporadic and stuff like that. There's a couple games there, like the Giants. They should have never played, I guess. I'm not going on that thing as far as I got to pick the New York teams. The one team I will pick every week will probably be the Buffalo Bills. Because my next week's picks, I think the Jets play the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm sorry to say, Tony, I'm going to say the Dallas Cowboys. I'm picking the Dallas Cowboys over the Jets. They have a quarterback situation. Giants is like, well, I don't know if they suck. Yeah, they definitely sucked in that game. I tell you, 40-0. I went to bed. It's just like, there's the saying though. Tim always says Hap sucks, but I'm going to be doing this as far as for the tallies and stuff like that. So can't win them all. Yeah. So so that's how we're standing right now. So this is for week 1, and I'll have it what we did by the week as far as for that particular weekend or that particular week. And then I'll have another slide that will have our total accumulation. So that's how I'm going to work it on the Wednesday morning broadcast with this slide right here as far as that goes, okay? And using OBS, it makes it pretty easy peasy to present it as far as that goes. And let's see. Let me see if I can bring this up here. Let's see. I'll just go like that. And with that, we have this week's picks as far as that goes. So let me go transition right there, and let's see, we gotta move this to there. And so we got this week's picks, and I already picked mine, so I'm gonna have to get Tim's. Ted and Tony, I'll get your picks during the Belt Kings, okay? And I can present that slide, Tony, on Belt Kings fantasy football as well, as far as that goes. So these are my picks. And Ted, if you want to ring in, I'm not sure, Ted and Tony, if you're, we could wait. I want to get Tim, because Tim, he was involved in last week's pick, and he's here, so I want to get Tim's picks. So Tim, Minnesota and Philadelphia, who are you going to pick? Are you able to make your picks? Philly. You're going to pick Philly. Okay, Tim takes Philly. Green Bay. And I took Philly also. Green Bay and Atlanta. Who's your pick? I took Atlanta last week. I'm taking Green Bay this week. These are picks for. Oh, you're going to take Green Bay. Okay, I'm taking. Okay, Green Bay. Las Vegas. I hate Atlanta. Oh, okay. Las Vegas at Buffalo. Of course, I'm going to take Buffalo. I'm taking Buffalo. That's at 1 o'clock on CBS. Oh, you're taking Buffalo. Okay, Tim takes Buffalo. Baltimore and Cincinnati. I took Baltimore. I think Cincinnati's in the same. Let's just say that I think the Jets are a lot better than Cincinnati right now. They played pretty good against Buffalo, but Buffalo lost that game. They could have won. They should have won it. They barely tied it. You're taking Baltimore too. It looks like we're following each other here. Seattle over Detroit. Detroit looked tough the first week. I thought Seattle was going to win, and I took Detroit also. Chargers and Tennessee. Titans. I took Tennessee. Chargers looked tough, but they ended up losing to Miami. You're taking the Chargers. Okay, that's the first different one. Okay, and then we have Chicago and Tampa Bay. I know you're going to take Chicago. I'm taking Tampa Bay in that one. You're going to take Chicago, right? Because I know you said the Bears. You're a Bear fan. Chicago. Okay, I'm taking Tampa Bay on that because that's at Tampa Bay. Kansas City and Jacksonville. Jacksonville played good the first week, but I took Kansas City. They got to come back and they got to win a game. And Tim Fan says Kansas City as well. Okay. And Indianapolis at Houston. Houston, I had some high hopes. I don't know. Houston's going to be. You're going to take India. I'm taking the Colts also. So Tim takes that. San Francisco and LA Rams. If you don't take San Francisco, Rams played pretty good. San Francisco, but I don't think they're capable of beating the 49ers. 49ers look tough. Giants against Arizona. I'm taking the Giants even though they got their butts handed to them. They're in Arizona. I think Arizona's going to win that game though. Tim, what do you say? You're going to take Arizona? Yeah, you're going to probably take Arizona because you said the Giants suck. And then we have the Jets and Dallas. I took the Dallas Cowboys. I know Tony will probably take the Jets. Oh, you're taking the Jets. Okay. You're a brave guy. That's at Dallas, I believe. Washington and Denver. I think I was almost going to take Washington, but I'm going to stay. Denver had a close game, close loss by 1 point. I'm taking Denver to win that game. Tim's taking Denver also. Miami and New England. I took Miami because they had a fantastic comeback, and I think they're capable of beating New England. Oh, you're going to take New England? Okay. I think we're different on two of them. New Orleans and Carolina. Panthers are pretty good. I think they got a good quarterback, a rookie quarterback. I think he's going to be doing well. But I'm picking, like Tim's picking New Orleans. I'm picking New Orleans too. They had a big win there this first week. And then Cleveland and Pittsburgh. I was sort of disappointed in Pittsburgh. I was pretty impressed with Cleveland's play, and I picked Cleveland. And Tim says he's picking Cleveland. Okay. So I got all your picks, Tim. I made my picks. Ted and Tony. Tony's going into the day job, and I think so I'm going to keep track. We're going to do this every Wednesday, Tim. So make sure you're here. If you're not here, I'll just have a little asterisk that you missed that week, okay? Or else you can always DM me the man. I might send if you. Okay, no problem. But and Ted's going into work, so I'll get Ted and Tony's and hopefully Brian's on Sunday's Belt King fantasy football broadcast that Tony hosts, and he's most graciously allows me to come up and jabber. I got choked by 2 women last night. What? Oh, you got choked. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea. But One went in jail and one ran. Oh, okay. Okay, I still don't get the phrase. I got choked by two women last night. One went to jail and one ran. Crazy. Oh, okay. Just be safe. Okay, just be safe, Tim. We don't want to see a headline from Michigan that contractor gets. Oh, the crazy neighbor. Oh, okay, with the camera thing. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. So our so like I said, next week I will have week 2. Oh, they tried breaking your security cam. Okay. Yeah, that's vicious. Okay, I gotcha. You called the police. Yeah, that's what you got to do. Make a record of it. Um, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to have week 2, and then I'll have a second slide saying this is the cumulative as far as going into week 2. Who's and so so right now we have Tony and Ted in first. Tim and myself are in second, and then Brian's bringing up third. Or no, Brian's coming up last. He's like the Houston Texans. They're not doing too good. So we'll leave that at that as far as that goes. And like I said, I was monkeying around with, instead of just talking about it, bring up a graphic. And then I think that'll work as far as that goes, and such that, and we'll see how it goes from there. And so I'm pretty excited. Of course, again, the big news, that it's a simple graph, but it's having a graph up instead of me just yap. I think you get an idea of where everybody's at as far as that goes, and I appreciate you taking part, Tim, as well. Yeah, simple work. Yeah, it is simple. That's the key word, simple. Exactly. When I found that, I said, that's simple. I could use that. Very good. You keep things as simple as possible, and that's exactly what it is. Just an accumulation of, because I had a whole list of my papers. I don't do anything on paper now. Everything is on the computer. Because I had a stack of papers I ended up shredding a few months back. I said, I don't need these anymore. What? And I would take out a piece of paper and I'd say, here's my picks. No, I do it on the computer now. I just use I rediscovered WordPad. WordPad, as far as that goes, is it's sort of a watered down version of Microsoft Office Word. And I like it because it's simple. It's a simple word process. It saves trees. Yeah, exactly. Because that, 15 some weeks, that got pretty thick. So, and you try sorting through that. Now, I do write on paper. I got a little notepad there. I write the notes as far as that goes. Matter of fact, here's last week's picks. Until I came up with my system as far as doing that. And then I tally it up, like there's Tim's and my tallying up as far as that. So I still use paper. It just the overall picks are. I'm a note freak. I gotta have a notepad. These are the two simplest tools to have right here. Right here. It enhances your computer experience as far as that goes. So Ted and Tony, Sunday we'll get your picks, and hopefully we'll get Brian up to get his picks as far as that goes, because I know he's not on X, formerly known as Twitter, and so maybe during the broadcast, I don't know, one of the broadcasts, he's going to have to give his picks as far as but like I said, if Brian misses out, I'll just put a little asterisk in his name and put week 2 if he's not, and he missed week 2. But I'm going to still keep the cumulative, because you can miss a week or two, and if you got a lot of wins the following weeks, you'll still so there we have it. I think that's something that I'm going to enjoy doing for this football season. I'm not involved in fantasy football, but that's the closest I get to. I like keeping track of who's winning, who's losing, and where Tony D and Ted and Brian they know the players. They're very very astute and very knowledgeable of the players and stuff, and that's one of the reasons like I can like hanging out on Tony D's broadcast, the fantasy football Bell Kings fantasy football. He'll post it there. He has this past weekend's broadcast. That's his ex Twitter handle. I become more knowledgeable as a football player because when I'm watching the games after the show, I say, yeah, that's what Tony and Ted were talking. Brian was talking about him on the Houston Texans that didn't play too well. But the Jets this past Monday night, they won. I wasn't too happy, but then again, it was the Jets. I said if the Jets win, it was a good win. They needed that win because I think that they're going to have a rough road ahead of them because Aaron Rodgers is out with an Achilles, a season ending, maybe a career ending as far as that goes. They did say Kelsey for the Kansas City Chiefs, the tight end, he might be playing this week. I know during Tony D's broadcast, Bell King Fantasy Football, Tony sort of indicated the injury, he might be out for a couple weeks, and I think I heard that he might be playing, maybe a limited basis. But as far as Aaron Rodgers, he's out for the season. And I saw the hit. I was watching the game. There was and literally they said this many a times after the injury took place. Everybody was rocking and rolling in Met Stadium, and the air just got. Because it's one of those things that, Aaron Rodgers is okay, but his injury is, it's like, that's it. Zach Wilson? Is that his name? He was a draft choice there for the Jets, and he took over. Now the talk is who's going to take Aaron Rodgers. Well, Zach is. He played pretty good. And that was the one thing right after halftime. The announcers there, I was watching on ESPN because I have ESPN now, and hopefully in the next month or two, what's going to be added is Disney Plus. Hopefully at no extra charge from Spectrum, but even still, I was able to watch the game on ESPN Monday night. I could have probably watched it on the local ABC channel, but I like ESPN. As far as a Monday Night Football, I watch it here. I don't want to go out in the living room. I go out there and watch football. I did that Sunday night and I went to sleep. Of course, the Giants were getting their butts kicked, but this is where I watch my football, right here on this TV. And the injury, when he took the hit, he sat there. It looked like he got up. And he didn't move, and I'm like, the facial expression is like, uh-oh, something's not right. And then when he went back down, he rolled back on his back, and it's like, I'm injured, I can't. So we'll see what happens with the Jets. But at halftime, during that game, one of the broadcasters and reporters that were on the field there went to the Jets coach and said, what's the situation? How are you going to work? As far as the game. And this is the true leadership of a coach. The coach said, hey, Aaron Rodgers is a good quarterback. We have a lot of other good players on this team. We're going to, he gave the indication we could still win this game, no problem. Jets defense was good against the Bills. Bills defense was good. The one big factor for the Bills that was good for the Jets, Josh Allen, 4 interceptions. And that one quick pick, or the last, well, they were lucky they got to overtime because they were losing. They had to go to overtime, and then overtime you figure, okay, the Bills are going to come crashing through. That first series, Jets stopped them. Ball gets kicked to the Jets. Boop, 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 boop. They run it down for a touchdown. They win the game. Fantastic. I've never seen it. That probably the best opening Week 1 game of the NFL football season I have ever seen. So my hat's off to the Jets. I don't know what they're going to do the rest of this. It's going to be Interesting. Oh, back to Grand Rapids this morning. Okay. Oh, you got to go back to Grand Rapids? What's going on in Grand Rapids, Tim? I think Ted and Tony, they're probably heading to the gym. Guys forgot. Oh, a job, a follow up. Okay. Yeah. Um, I don't think you were here at the beginning of the broadcast, Tim. My update on my floor, the material's been ordered and stuff. Yeah, damn workers. They forgot? Oh my God. That's extra money out of your pocket, isn't it? Or do you throw that on the customer? Um, our contractor, yeah, okay. You throw it on the customer because they probably saw, hey, we want this done. I'm still waiting for my plumber. I might be switching who I go for because I saw another way of taking care of my oh, out of pocket. Okay, it's out of your pocket. Okay, because it's a follow up because you guys didn't do it. Okay, I think that, yeah. See, I've been around enough contractors. I know what's going on as far as for the last 17 years and stuff. Like I said, the guys that are doing our floor, they where I worked for the last 17 years, they did quite a bit of work up there, replacing and putting in new flooring and stuff like that. Whenever there was a different project or something like that, they brought them in, and I saw their work. So and we got a fair price, and they ordered it. It's just a matter of them getting in here. Hopefully, I'll have the plumbing issue taken care of. The basement's drier now than it has been because I've been down there catching the 1 or 2 gallons of water that leaks through um, underneath the drain there. The drain goes in the wall and it just comes down. I got a big bucket underneath there, but I have to empty that bucket out after the wash as far as that goes. And have that. But when I was down there yesterday, I was looking at it. And I have this existing pipe that comes down from upstairs that we've closed off the upstairs bathroom. We only have the one bathroom downstairs. And that pipe is like a 4-inch solid steel that comes down and goes across to the drain on the side of the house here. It comes down and it goes across down in the basement. And the washer and the sink PVC that goes to the other drain over in that corner, we could actually pipe that in there. But I thought another way, just running PVC instead of breaking that 4-inch, because you never know, we may want to put a bathroom back upstairs. Just continuing the PVC and strap it to the 2-inch, and it goes right over. It'd be seamless and probably a lot simpler. Keeping it simple. Hey, Tony. So I don't know if you saw the graphic, Tony, if you were you're driving into the job, but did you see the graphic, Tony, that I came up with for the football? I know you were probably driving into the day job. Let me bring it back up here again. I'll make it a little bit bigger for us. That's this week's results of the football for this week. I don't know if you saw that, Tony. As far as that goes, just so you know, that's what I'm going to be. And I got Tim's picks. I'm going to get your picks and Ted's picks on Sunday during Belt Kings. Okay, so that's the graphic there for week 1. Let's see. You and Ted are in first. Me and Tim are battling for second. CBS came in third, and Brian is dead last this first week. Yeah, that's about 40%. So that's what we're going to be doing right there. I'll have, and I think it'll be interesting. 7 and 9. Oh, that's 40%. Okay. Yeah. Ted and Tony, they're over 50%, and CBS is at 50%. So we're a little not bad for the first week as far as that goes. So just to let you know, Tony, and I could show that on the broadcast. I can present that on the broadcast there too, Tony. As far as that game on, yes, the games are on. Definitely, games are on. and I'm going to have fun doing that as far as that goes. So it makes it fun. It makes for a fun season and such. So what else? Let's see. We've been on 57 minutes. Coming up. Well, we're doing all right. Okay. This is a better broadcast. Oh, I dipped a little bit there. What happened? Monday morning, I had some problems with the broadcast. There's like 3 clips. I mean, I was up for a good 30 minutes, and then we're in the green now. I guess when I just get started. Well, the thing is, I forgot Monday morning we had some storms in the area, so that could have been the result as far as that goes of the broadcast. So, so I think that's going to work well. Wednesday we make our picks. Tim and I make our picks. I'll get Tony, Ted's, and Brian's picks on Sunday before the games. But then again, Tony and Ted, you guys can. There's too many first names with T. You're gonna have to give me Thursdays. I'll DM you, and maybe I'll DM you if you can give me. If you can DM me your picks, that'll be. Go ahead and DM him, because get your Thursday picks, Thursday game, because the Thursday game is going to be on Twitch. Gotta promote that. I have nothing to do with Twitch, but it's going to be on Twitch, and that's going to be the Minnesota Philly game, and that's it's going to be on Prime Video, but I'm sure if it's on Prime Video, it'll be here on Twitch, so that'll be interesting. I'm gonna have to Chromecast it to the thing there. I remember how to get the picks to. Yeah, I know you don't. I was just thinking, because instead of like this past Sunday, I said, well, who was your pick Thursday? And stuff like that. If you could get a note out to Brian, if he can go to the YouTube version of this broadcast on my YouTube channel, to get the picks in, or else I'll just say, if he shows up Sunday and stuff like that, we're flexible. It's not urgent. It's all good fun. But right now, Ted and Tony are in first place after the first week. So exactly, just like last year. But this year we have a graphic. I think that's going to work a little bit better, because it paints a better picture. Like I said, instead of me just saying it, I can talk to and that's just an extra thing we can present on your broadcast here on the Belt King Fantasy Football on Sundays. And the time is usually, Tony I think is setting the time up as about 10:30 on Sunday morning. So my Sundays are, unless I have a water problem. Let's see. Tony says big ups for the graph. Yeah. It gives a little bit more substance to it and stuff like that. But hopefully I won't be late for the. Tony is Tony, he knows football. The way he rattles off those plays. Who did he say? I'm sitting here. Who did he say? I'm writing down a note. I gotta watch that player, because I know several players from just over the years, but Tony to Tim, just a fan, lots of laughing. You're one of those high end fans there, Tony. You know football as far as that goes, and I just love it. The Jet Buffalo game, I'd have to say that was a pretty good defensive team. Both teams have good defenses. Detroit, watch out for Detroit. The Jets, I don't know. That's we had all the stuff about Aaron coming to the Jets in the news and stuff. Now that he's out, I mean, they're talking about Tom Brady come. I don't think Tom Brady would come back. Would he? Do you think he would entertain it? Tim Fan says, I used to be like that in the Walton Payton. What a freaking running back. Oh my God. Great guy. Just looks good without Rodgers. Jets look good with. Yeah, that's what the coach said too. He says Rodgers is an important part, but he's not. The team doesn't fold. I mean, Zach Wilson, he played a pretty decent game. He was snappy, and the defense. I have to say, I was pretty impressed with the Jets' defense. Now the Buffalo Bills, if Josh Allen didn't throw those 4 interceptions, that was a factor too. You have to look at that. But the Buffalo Bills, they just you could say they lost that game. They could have won that game, but they weren't in control of it. The Jets' defense hampered them to where if you get 4 interceptions, that tells you something about the other team, and that tells you something about the Jets' defense. Tim, now I don't watch it enough to know who's. Yeah, that's like who's good and who's not. Exactly, Tim. That's like I'm with basketball. I have to relearn every year the Celtics. That's my basketball team. I like the Boston Celtics, and I can't even think of one player. I'm not that vested, I guess. And I'm just coming back into watching basketball again because during COVID I did not want to watch basketball. I wasn't interested in basketball at all. The Jets. It's going to be interesting as far as that goes, and what happens with Aaron Rodgers now. Because I'm not sure how long his contract was. He's on the injured. Does he come back next year? He's helped the team. I think he's helped the team as far as even the coach says that. And same here. Yeah, you're the same, Tim. Yeah, with the names and stuff like that. So the Jets, it's just a good story, and I'm hoping they win. They beat the Bills and they beat them outright. They took advantage of it. Their defense was able to have Josh Allen cough up four interceptions. You can't win a game with, I don't care how good you are. If you get, 1 interception a game, that's not that bad. But when you cough up 4 of them, and one of them was for a pick 6, I believe, that just demoralizes you as a team. And, it probably frustrated Josh Allen to the max because he's been known. He has some good stats, but he has thrown a lot of interceptions. It's So we'll see what happens as far as that goes. All right. I don't see Ted in the chat. I don't know if Ted's still there. He's probably on his way into work on the train and such. And then Tony, you're still here. You're just getting into the day job. You have a good day. We're going to go ahead and exit stage left. Tim, you have a good day where you're at out there in Michigan. Don't be too hard on the workers that forgot what they were supposed to do up there at the job site. Where was that you had to drive to? Oh, I can't think of it. Oh, you got to go back to Grand Rapids. So safe travels to Grand Rapids, Tim. But thank you, Tim Fan 40, for being in the chat. Thank you, Tony D. You have a good day on the day job. He's back on the day job. Yeah, Grand Rapids. And Ted Hicks, thank you very much, sir, for popping in this morning. And it's always great having you here in the chat on the broadcast. But we are going to exit stage left here and get our day started. Get another cup of coffee and see what I got to get some gas today. I got to mow the lawns today. And thank you all. Yeah, you're welcome. Tim says to me. Thank you, Tim. Greatly appreciated. And with that, this is Fireman Rich here on Twitch. Fireman Rich over there on Truth Social, Instagram Threads, X/Twitter. That's what I'm calling it. When you say X, what do you mean X? It's just sort of X. And it's when you say X, formerly known as Twitter, you know where I'm at. Where I post my links to good stuff on those platforms, as well as a few others. But those are the 3 main ones. All right, folks, you all have a great one. If you're watching this on the replay on Rumble and YouTube, thank you very much. Tony comes in with the bazanga. Yes, have a bazanga. Have a great day today. And we'll do the audio. We're doing the audio podcast tomorrow on Spotify for podcasters, and we'll be back Friday where we'll be ending the week. So until then, you all have a great one. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Thanks for being in the broadcast, Tim, Tony, and Ted.